everyone. Welcome back to She Barks Podcast. Today's guest is Aram. Hi, Aram.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on my show. So, can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself?
So my name is Arame Ndoye. I'm originally from Senegal, and I've been in the US now for over 20 years. And I am a coach. Also, I am a rapid transformational therapy practitioner. So, which is my focus really with RTT, which is short for rapid transformational therapy, is working with mostly women, but also some men who really are struggling with the common things that we struggle with in life, whether it's depression, anxiety, PTSD, or even addictions and phobias. So I really help people to get free from all of that stuff because I know what it's like to kind of feel lost or just struggle with some things for a long period of time and not knowing how to get out of it, how to get out of it. And when I can just do my part and help, it's been so rewarding for myself to be able to do that, just kind of feel like I'm doing something in the world. And so as a practitioner, I do RTT, which is basically a hybrid of hypnotherapy and some other techniques like CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy and other techniques. So what we do is we just get to the root cause of what is causing the issue and just free our clients from that.
Oh, okay. This what my therapist was doing. Like she was trying to get to the root of my depression, and the whole time, like I was bringing up other situations in my life, but most of it was because of my mom, and she was like, maybe you need to like separate yourself from your mom a little bit, like occasionally talk to her and see how it works. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, I didn't know that you all get to the root of everything, like the root of all the issues.
Absolutely. And what makes it different and so powerful is that we do it under hypnosis. When your mind is completely relaxed and you're not thinking with the monkey mind, the nervous system, because when you're up here and you're using your thinking mind, it's very analytical and it's just very, I would say, just logical. And we all know that when it comes to logic and emotions just wins all the time, anytime over logic. So what we do is just to kind of shut that thinking mind and go into the feeling mind, which is the subconscious mind, because everything that we struggle with consciously has a subconscious root. So most of us are not aware of why we do the things that we do. So when you're under hypnosis and you're able to access your feeling mind, your subconscious mind, that's you find out and get to understand, okay, this is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is the reason why I'm like engaging in certain behaviors that don't serve me. So once you understand it, then you can get yourself free from it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Wow. Now that you broke it down, that does. So what inspired you to become a master life coach?
So for me, I've struggled with just childhood issues, childhood problems, and most specifically sexual abuse. And that basically followed me my entire adult life and me, just engaging in behaviors and not understanding again why I was doing what I was doing. For instance, I just was looking for love in all the wrong places, like dating men who were just not the right people for me, just looking for love in all the wrong places, but falling on my face flat over and over and over again and not knowing why do I keep doing the things that I'm doing and why do I keep going for those men. But at the time I thought that they were attracted to me, that I had nothing to do with it, but it was not true. It had everything to do with me and everything to do with what I was attracting, meaning what I was putting out there, but I wasn't aware of it. But it was very painful, so painful that it got to a point where I was just like, okay, like I can't keep doing this. I cannot wake up every day, look at myself in the mirror and not feeling happy about myself because I'm just, I'm not happy where I am. So I had to make a lot of changes. Like that saying goes, when the pain of remaining the same outweighs the pain of changing, then we will change. So I went to that point where it was just too painful to just keep repeating the same mistakes over and over and not learning from it. So I just decided, I had to take a hard look at myself and start making changes, start, healing myself, getting on the journey of healing, because it is a journey. It's a process. It's like, it continues, by the way. We always have some things to heal, to get better, to grow. And I started doing that for myself. And it's been so amazing and so healing for me to just look at my past, look at my childhood trauma and be able to face it and express those negative feelings and just let them move through me. And that's how I freed myself. And it's been so liberating and just priceless. So, knowing how wonderful it's been for me, I just wanted to share it with, everyone else that I come in contact with. So yeah, that's
Wow.
why I'm here.
Wow. That sounds like my story. Like my therapist will always tell me that I have to love myself. Once I love myself, then a good man will come in my life because I'm doing the same thing right now at the age of 33, attracting terrible men.
Yeah.
And it's me that's doing it. And I would always blame other people. Like, why
Yeah.
are they doing that?
Yeah.
But it's
It's
me.
easy,
You're
it's
right.
easy to be the victim. It's easier to be the victim as opposed to taking responsibility. When you take responsibility, it's like responsibility is basically the ability to respond. When you take responsibility for your actions and for your behaviors, then you empower yourself to change it.
Mhm.
And
That's
that's what it
true.
comes down to.
That's true. So, what specific areas do you focus on when you do your life coaching on
I
your clients?
pretty much like I work on a whole host of issues, anything that we deal with as human beings. From again, I said weight loss and self-esteem, self-love. Those are two big areas that I work with, which is like confidence and self-confidence. Because I know a lot of us as women, even some men, but a lot of us as women, we do struggle with self-confidence a lot and self-esteem. So I do love working with that, just helping women and whoever wants to just work on that area of developing their self-confidence, their self-esteem, their self-love, and just know and believe that they are worthy to receive the love that they want. They're worthy to receive like the abundance they want, any of good, amazing things that they want. They're worthy to receive it. But in order to be open to receive it, you have to really believe it for yourself, and you have to cultivate that belief and that self-love for yourself first.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree. What do you love most about coaching and why?
Seeing my clients smile, truly, like when I hear someone say, I didn't know this was the reason why I was doing what I was doing. When you get that understanding and that like light bulb goes on in your head and you get that aha moment, it's like, oh, the reason. Now I get it. And then they can get free from it. So that really to me lights me up and it's my favorite part.
Wow, that's amazing. This is one of the questions outside of the questions I was going to ask you.
Mhm.
But do you like ever coach people who are not in the same city or state as you?
Actually, majorly, most of my clients would be over Zoom. We do like I do a lot of stuff over Zoom as well because, especially with the pandemic, we kind of had to find ways to do it, make it still very, effective, obviously, that they get what they're looking for in a session. But yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, what's the biggest challenge that you helped one of your clients through?
Wow. I would say weight loss.
With love.
Weight loss, because the thing with weight loss is like it's the mind, because we think of weight loss as just dieting, and
Yeah.
dieting is like the bottom part of it. Everything starts right here with the mind, because usually with when people gain weight, or it's usually things that happen with childhood, so they have like a complicated or maybe dysfunctional relationship with food. So we go
Yeah.
back to the root cause of it again, and it always goes back to the root cause, and it's usually something that it has something to do with childhood. Something happened or something that was done or said that made them believe or just have like a very dysfunctional relationship with food. So you go back to that and find out what it is and just get rid of that so they can have a new healthier relationship with food. And when you have that healthy relationship with food, it's not about dieting. It's not about like depriving yourself of food. It's about, first of all, understanding what food are the right foods to eat. Also educating my clients about nutrition, which is very important, but also start with yourself first. What is your relationship with food? How has it been your whole life, and how can we change it? And also educate them about, food, the healthy stuff to eat. And again, not really depriving them, but having them build a healthy dialogue, because you have to have that inner dialogue with yourself and food, because that's how you change your relationship with food.
That's true. Wow. My problem with food is I overeat because of depression. Like, I'll keep eating
Mm,
and eat
mm,
all day, all
mm.
day.
Yeah.
Even at work, I'll eat all day. And I'm like, there has to be a solution. There has to be. I,
Yeah.
I
It's always going back to the root cause. Again, there's always a reason, a root cause why we do the things that we do, but we just consciously, we're not aware of it. So you have to get into the conscious feeling mind where it's like all the emotions are basically in it. That's when you realize you kind of learn what it is. And then you have to, that's why we put people under hypnosis. Again, hypnosis is just, people are so afraid of the word, but it's just deep relaxation. When you're deeply relaxed and you're not trying too hard, that's when you can access the feeling mind. And also remembering that the stomach, usually when we have the like digestive issues or we want to eat all the time because we never feel full, the stomach is basically the seat of all emotions. When we feel things like anger, sadness, and all of that, we usually feel it here in the gut because it's the seat of all emotions. So it's really about educating clients with that and also going to the root cause of why, what kind of relationship they have with food and changing that relationship and just turning it into a healthy relationship. And we can all do that.
Yeah, definitely. So when you do that kind of coaching, do you have like I'm trying to think of it, like recipes to give to them, like diet plans?
You have, so the thing that I do with educating people when it comes to food, definitely it's like just there's something called the 5 R's, which is like when you go to the supermarket and you walk into the aisles, like ask yourself these questions. First of all, the first R, does it rot? If it's food that rots, that means it's not dead. That means you can eat it.
Oh, okay.
Does it rot? The second R, can you recreate it in your kitchen? If it's something that, like, let's say guacamole, you can recreate guacamole in your kitchen.
Oh.
But can you recreate Coca-Cola in your kitchen? No. So if you can't recreate it in your kitchen, you probably shouldn't eat it.
Okay.
Does it roam or grow? Roaming meaning it's like, is it like an animal that roams, or is it in like the water like fish, or does it grow like a plant? If it roams or grows, then you can eat it.
Oh.
Yeah, and also like again, can you recreate it in your kitchen? Does it rot? And like, where can you find it also? If it's like, if it grows, if it's something that has to be grown in a plant, it comes from a plant, it's okay. If it's made in a plant, probably not okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's really about, because, you know, take for instance, like cereal. Mm-hmm. Cereal can stay on your shelf for literally years and never rots.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Have you ever seen cereal that grows mold?
No.
There's a reason for that. Because it's already dead. Now, think about it. If even bacteria doesn't want cereal, because bacteria grows on things that are alive, like an apple or a banana, it will rot because bacteria gets it because it's alive. If it's dead, bacteria doesn't even want it. So if bacteria doesn't even want cereal and doesn't grow mold, why are we eating it?
That's true. I've never even thought about that. Wow.
So it's like, again, it's like educating your client about what to eat in that simple way. It's not even like recipes, but give them the things that when they walk into the supermarket, they think about those things, ask themselves those questions. And there's like a bunch of other things that, you know, it's a bunch of things that I tell my clients. And it's like, I even like started doing workshops on just that. Food. What are the types of food that they should be eating and what they should not be eating? I mean, like there's a whole host of things. Take milk, for instance.
Oh man.
I mean, like talking about
milk is terrible. Like I can't even drink milk.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know that the milk that we're drinking right now, because the cows basically have they're pumped through machines. They have those pumping machines that pump them nonstop to get so much milk out of them. And it's done, and obviously it's very painful for the cows, first of all, but you want to pump out like 100 pounds of milk a day. When you do that to an animal, or even to a human being using those pumps, they get mastitis, which is like they get infected, basically. It's like, you know, when you're just constantly pumping something, it's not meant to pump out that much milk. So they get infected. And when they get infected, pus comes out of them. I don't know if you're ready to hear this, but I'll tell you anyway. So pus comes out of it, and where does the pus go? It goes into the milk.
Oh no.
So
Oh,
like the milk, because the way it comes out, there's so much pus in it. Back in the day, you used to be able to take it out. But now because it's so much, guess what happens? It's blended in.
oh, I'm never drinking milk ever again. Ever,
So
ever,
I'm
ever
like, Google it if you know, just if you don't believe me, Google it. But those are the
again.
things that people are not taught or are not told and they don't know about. So we need to be educated about these things because you know, we food and dieting and eating food is really all about the pictures. When you eat something, that's because the picture that's associated with it in your mind is right. If the picture is wrong, you ain't gonna touch it. When
That's
you
true.
think about milk and you think about pus in milk, you don't want to drink it.
No, no.
So there's a bunch of other things that, like I said, it's very useful for people to know.
That's good. Like I didn't know that it goes in. I don't drink milk,
I
but
I
yeah.
used to and I stopped for that reason. And I was like, oh, no, I'm not
now,
doing
now I have a reason why I don't drink milk now. I just it makes me sick, so it makes me like throw up and stuff. So I'm like,
can't digest dairy anyway
yeah,
because it's not meant for us. The milk, the cow milk, is meant for the calf, the baby cow. It is not for us to drink.
wow, I did not even know
It's
that.
full of hormones, not just the hormones that are injected in some of them, but also hormones from the cow itself.
Oh wow, I did not
It is
know
not
that.
meant for us to be drinking. That's why most of us can't digest it.
Wow. Now I see why I don't drink it. Like when I went to the doctor, she was like, "Well, your calcium deficiency is low. How much milk do you drink?" I was like, "I don't drink milk because it makes me sick." And then so now I've been taking these calcium pills.
There are other ways of taking in calcium.
What are other ways? I
Green,
wheat
greens,
greens. Oh, I didn't even know
leafy
that.
kale,
Wow,
spinach.
I did not even know that. I like spinach. I
Yes,
can eat spinach. I got spinach
orange,
in there.
calcium, all full of vitamins.
Oh,
You don't need milk.
wow, I'm gonna start doing that. I need to start eating green vegetables anyway. I know, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
start. So, what advice would you give to for those who want to hire a master life coach?
Well, I would say first of all, I mean, do your research and like if somebody is coming to you and just all focus on money and not listening to you, the most important thing is find somebody who can actually spend time listening to you, who spends time asking you questions because they're genuinely interested in you and what you want.
Definitely, definitely.
As coaches and as practitioners, you have to be able to truly listen to your client,
Mhm.
find out what they want, and give them what they want.
Exactly.
And
That's
I
good.
know, like sometimes I've run across where like some clients don't even quite know what they want.
Mhm.
They know what they don't want, but they don't know what they want. So you can still guide them through that by asking them questions. And also, if a client tells you, I don't want this, guess what they want? The opposite of that.
Yes, yes, exactly,
Well,
exactly.
but it's really taking the time to make sure that whoever you're working with is listening to you. It's super important to really have the safe space. When you're with a person that you're hiring them as your client, as a coach or a practitioner, that you feel safe with them. That sense of safety is super important. So have the sense of safety and trust with that person, that they create a space where you can open up and you can be vulnerable and where you will not be judged and you will be listened to, you will feel seen and you will feel heard.
Mhm. It's true. I
Yeah.
want to thank you so much for coming on my show today and speaking
I
about you being a
appreciate
life
you.
coach.
Thank
You
you
have a
so much. Thank you
great
very much. I appreciate you.
day. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Bye
Bye.
bye.